Hey guys, this is Deacon from CollectionDX with a quick review of the Super Robot Chogokin HyoRyu and EnRyu set from Gyogai. And this is a pretty cool little set. It's two pretty much identical little dudes with some slightly different mirrored parts and different elemental images on the top of their heads. And they're pretty awesome action figures, all things considered. Most of the diecast on these guys is actually reserved for the jointing, like the elbows, the knee pieces, and then the internal mechanisms for their actual legs. Which, by the way, aren't ball joints, they're the new kind of hinge on another hinge that works really well system, so still gets the job done. There is some diecast in the feet though, so they have the heft, it's just a lot of the diecast is more internal than what you may be used to. One thing I want to say that bugs the ever-living crap out of me about these guys is the fact that their heads, their faces specifically, they have very nice sculpts, but they're just the most bland, unpainted white plastic in the world. And they could have done a better job, if you ask me, because previous figures like Gyogai himself and HyoRyu both have silver painted faces, but ever since they started doing the little guys that come with the big order rooms, such as Wolfog as well, they've opted to just go with unpainted, unmolded, undetailed plastic. At the very least, some painted lines in there would have been really nice. But despite that, these still are pretty fantastic action figures. They have a great range of motion in the knees, the legs, pretty much everything they need to do, they will do. The ankles are a bit limited because they're just stuck between these two giant blocks by virtue of the design. But there actually still is a little bit of tilt in there, just enough to do it. But honestly, even though it doesn't have it, these feet are such giant blocks that no matter what pose you set it down in, it's good to go. The upper torso is also really excellent. Hip is ball jointed. The torso is on, I think it's a ball joint, but it's mostly limited just to hinging back and forth like this. Double ball jointed neck. And then the shoulders are cool because it's actually, the gray piece is on an additional hinge on the inside, and then it's on a ball joint from there. Shoulder joint works like that. Double jointed. And one cool thing is with the splayed hands, they have an additional cut over here, which lets you pull it out all the way a full 90 degrees. Really smart design. The ball joint is excellent there, and I love it. And the posability is pretty much identical on HyoRyu, except with HyoRyu, everything's a bit angrier because he's yelling. That's because I have an alternate face option put on him, and face swapping is a breeze. All you have to do is just pop the head off, which seems to be a lot more difficult on camera. And then you just can pull the face right out, like that. Easily done. And so these guys come with a good share of accessories, including your average splayed hands, fist hands, and holding things hands, as pictured here. In addition to that, they each have a pretty impressive array of accessories. They both have their melting gun and freezing guns, as well as some other things, along with their pencil launchers, which basically did whatever the plot demanded. And also, HyoRyu comes with his mirror shield. And this piece actually has two different pegs on the back. You can either attach this one, which is on a ball joint, and that'll let you put it on his back if you pull off his ladder. But I think that's dumb, so I don't do it myself. I personally just peg this right on, and just have him hold it instead. So yeah, the actual figures themselves are pretty basic. Like, they have all the they're not very fancy. They have everything they need to do. Just, you know, the standard things you'd expect with a Tamashii product like this. Lots of double joints, really good finish, plenty of diecast to help give it that extra heft it deserves. But yeah, the main thing, I think the main reason people will get this is the fact that it comes with a giant chunk of the big order room, which is, I guess, Bandai's equivalent of trying to do like a Build-A-Figure thing. And that is a giant chunk of this. This is actually what takes up the majority of the bulk of the box, but yeah, this works. It's just two little chairs that you can push up and down, and you can have them just kind of sit and chill out on it. There's nothing really fancy about it. It's more of just kind of, hey, put the dude on the seat. You know, It's playing house with your robot dolls, pretty much. You played house, right? Let's turn this around so you can get a better look here. So you can have HyoRyu just kind of chilling, taking it easy, you know, relaxing like he's one to do. And then you can have EnRyu come over here yelling and crashing into things like he's often one to do. Yelling some more because that's what he does. And the thing is, unfortunately, they don't come with any motor oil or anything like that, but thankfully, with the magic of various extra parts such as this little can of beer, which is now also oil to me, you can have them get a little rowdy and get kicked out of the big order room for having too much to drink. So yeah, this also fits really well with Marvel Legends and other 6-inch figures, so another good reason to get this set if you ask me. Great for little displays like bars and whatnot. I'm half tempted to actually just get 4 of these, so I can just have a full circle bar table. I may have a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this set. It's pretty straightforward. And for a quick size comparison, we'll have these guys up next to the Big Daddy, as some people would put it. Let's put it right here. And you know what? This is a good display of using his rifle ladder as a third leg, so we'll just put that as it is. And here they are next to Galgagar, who is noticeably a bit bigger. Which actually is accurate, because these guys, you know, as symmetrical combiners, they combine later on to become Chogokin and become closer to that size. So it's actually accurate that these guys are small as they are. So yeah, another great addition to the surprisingly growing Super Robot Chogokin Galgagar subline. Honestly, as a pair, just by themselves, they're pretty fun. I think it's worth it just for the extra piece of the big order room by itself, so definitely worth considering there. And yeah, this set came to us courtesy of HobbyLinkJapan. You can pick it up there, there'll be a link in the description. And yeah, highly recommend it. So this has been D-Kun. Take it easy.